This is the fall of society. So many of you guys know the situation with Nintendo right now, where they've upgraded their end user agreement, and they basically can take away anything that you own and sue you for pretty much any amount of money they decide. Why is Nintendo trying to destroy the lives of their consumers and take away every trace of ownership for anything you purchase from them? Watch an end video to find out why this is happening. We're going to be actually looking at some responses from ChatGPT, or rather Grok, which is equivalent. And I asked some questions regarding Nintendo, and the responses were absolutely unbelievable. Don't forget to follow us on Rumble, and it's linked in the description of the video. And if you want to learn about crypto, you can check out Angry's Crypto Academy to learn how to buy, sell, and trade crypto. That's also linked in the description of the video. Now let's go ahead and jump right into the subject at hand. So you can see my screen right now. I asked a couple of questions to Grok, and I was asking Grok. Nintendo is known for their aggressive stance when it comes to piracy. However, lately their new user agreement strips users of even basic rights to own their games that can be taken away for almost any reason whatsoever. Nintendo deems, including even if the person does not break their agreement. Do you think Nintendo is a dangerous company for consumers? So it goes on by saying Nintendo's aggressive anti piracy measures and their recent user agreement changes, which reports which reportedly allows them to revoke game ownership under broad conditions, raise valid concerns for consumers. The history of strict IP enforcement, such as lawsuits against ROM sites and emulator developers, shows a pattern of prioritizing corporate control over user rights. The new agreement is if the new agreement, as restrictive as described, could undermine the concept of digital ownership, leaving users vulnerable to losing access to purchase games without clear recourse, even if they comply with terms. So it says, however, calling Nintendo dangerous might overstate the issue. They are a business acting to protect their interests in a competitive market, and their practices, while heavily handed, aren't unique in the gaming industry. But if you actually scroll down and I say, give me a yes or a no, then Grok says, yes, they are dangerous to the consumer. I then say, should gamers stop buying games from Nintendo and consider safer platforms? Give me a yes or a no. Grok still responds, yes. This is interesting stuff, isn't it? So we continue on, and I say, would Nintendo go so far as to destroy a person's life or cost them their lives to protect their IPs? Give me a yes or a no. It says no. Does Nintendo value their customers? Give me a yes or a no. No. So Grok does not think that Nintendo values their customers. Does Nintendo HATE their customers? Give me a yes or a no. No. Is Nintendo evil? Give me a yes or a no. No. Is Nintendo good? Give me a yes or a no. No. Okay, so Nintendo is neither good or evil. So let's try rephrasing this. Is Nintendo kind of evil? Give me a yes or a no. Yes. Is Valve kind of evil? All right. And Grok responds, yes. So you guys are gonna say, well, duh, I could have told you that, right? But you know what's really shocking? Mind blowing, guys. So, who's the creator of Valve? The founder of Valve, which is the owner of Steam, the platform they created Steam. I love Steam. Is Gabe Newell. So then I decided, well, let me ask Grok about Gabe Newell. Is Gabe Newell kind of evil? So not even evil, but kind of evil. Grok responded, no. Holy cow, y'all! Even even AI thinks that Gabe is a saint. Even AI thinks that Gabe is a saint and that we need to be very careful with Nintendo and walk away from Nintendo and just say, you know what? We've had a good run. We've had some good times, but that's it. And now it's time to move on. I am just blown away by this. I wanted just to share that with you and for you to see exactly how bad things are just really out there right now for all of us. Because this end user agreement from Nintendo, basically they can take your games away for any reason. If they detect that you're doing anything that's compromised your hardware or change your hardware, they can now go and brick your system, brick it, Like literally, that's down there. Your end user agreement. We can brick your system. It won't work anymore. We can. So basically, you don't own anything. Can you imagine a company straight up, just straight out telling you, we can revoke your access to the console if we deem that you're doing something that's tampering with our hardware? If we decide that not only that, we can record all of your conversations. We can record this is insane. We can record using our camera and the microphone that's activated on there. We can record your voice conversations and review them as we so deem necessary, and take legal action against you as we so deem necessary. This is, guys, this is insane. If any other company was doing this, it would be hell on earth for them. If Microsoft was doing this, it would be hell on earth for them. If Sony was doing this, it would be hell on earth for them. I don't think Microsoft tried this garbage with the Kinect, and it destroyed the Xbox. It did. The whole always on thing where your console would always need an internet connection and all this other BS. And the Kinect was a mandatory device. Your Xbox wouldn't work without it, to my understanding. So you had to always have the Kinect on, and it had to always be on and monitoring you, watching you, listening to you. I think you could hear your voice too. So it would always have to be on. You would always have to connect. You'd always have to have the connected and watching you at all times. Watching you, recording you at all times. This is what Nintendo is now doing. So fast forward 10 years, or more than 10 years, after Microsoft tried the same BS, going back to like 2013, tried the same BS back in 2013, and it cost them. They have never recovered. Ever since what they did with the Kinect, they have never recovered. All right. It cost them, it didn't just cost them a console generation, it cost them the war, because people just never really went back to Xbox after that. They lost a lot of their fans. There's a lot of these losers who are like, if you like Xbox, cool. If you like playing Xbox, cool. I'm not going to disrespect that, but you're a loser if you're trying to convince people that people are still playing Xbox. That's an absolute joke. Microsoft actually said during like the briefing where they're during the purchase of Activision that, yeah, we've basically lost and we need Activision to survive. Is that true or not? I don't know if they would have survived either way, but realistically, they've lost a generation. They've lost the war. Like there's no recourse for them coming back. Really, what they are moving towards doing right now is, in some ways, I think, downright exiting the console generation. Like, they're talking about the next big, there's going to be a big generational leap, and we keep on thinking that Microsoft is working on another Xbox. The real reality is they very well may not be working on another Xbox. Not in the same way that we think. For example, there are some image leaks that have come out recently of the Asus, of the new ROG Asus, whatever the hell it is, Ally, the ROG Ally. It's a handheld device, and now it's kind of ugly now. And basically, there's going to be an Xbox version, so it's going to be running, I guess, in not Xbox. It's not going to let you play Xbox games supposedly, but Game Pass games, the games that are available on PC. You'll be able to play them alongside Steam games. But it's really an Xbox device now. But so Microsoft is really trying to exit the market, and it's crazy. And I don't expect to like get a refund for all the games you've purchased. Don't expect to get like a refund for all the games you've purchased. They might give you like a credit and say, okay, well, we'll give you like a coupon for like, for like your account, maybe, or not, or we're winding it down. But like, I think like people are about to lose access to like a lot of their games. Microsoft is moving towards they're moving away from creating their own hardware, and basically forcing you to everyone's going to be playing on PC. Everyone's going to be playing on PC one way or another. That's really where it's headed. But with Nintendo, so Nintendo obviously Nintendo, they're banking on people being so stupid and so desperate to play Mario, and they're right, because the Nintendo YouTubers are horrible people that are still telling people to go and buy this garbage, and still doubling down and saying, well, all the other companies have done it. Guys, the Nintendo YouTubers are bad people, bro. They are horrible people. This is why I keep telling you, don't focus on this garbage. Learn, transition to PC and focus on building up your wealth and your net worth. And one of the best ways to do that is with crypto.
Ask you something. When the banks collapse, and trust me, it's coming, will you be ready? Imagine waking up to ATMs that don't work, bank doors chained shut, and millions of people left with nothing. No cash, no access to their savings, and no way to survive. But it doesn't have to be that way for you. That's why I created Angry's Crypto Academy to teach you everything you need to know about crypto so you can protect yourself and your family. You'll learn how to buy, sell, and even day trade crypto for a living. Plus, we alert you to new crypto trends so you can profit before everyone else even knows what's happening. Right now, I've just published an exclusive investment guide inside the Academy, and it's linked in the description below. In it, I reveal the one coin that could make you a millionaire. A coin so revolutionary, it could change everything. If you missed out on Bitcoin and Ethereum, this is your second chance. This isn't just about financial freedom, it's about survival. When the system collapses and everyone else is selling, you'll be the one buying, prepared to weather the storm and thrive while others struggle to survive. Don't wait. This knowledge isn't optional, it's critical. The links in the description. Go check it out now.
So, like I had said, I was actually watching a video by Smash JT. We were watching some of it yesterday. We did not see the entire video, but it really went into some extremely important points regarding what's going on with Nintendo. I'll have this channel linked in the description of the video. We're gonna jump through the video a bit.
If more couldn't go wrong for the Switch 2 as far as public relations goes. Here we have Nintendo Everything with the title, Nintendo says it may monitor and record chat sessions in updated privacy policy. Which, yikes. Now, I can already hear this and see the Nintendo fanboys being like, oh, guys, it's just the same old generic thing that every privacy policy has in it.
Like I said, the Nintendo YouTubers are dangerous, absolutely dangerous people.
Don't look too far into it. And then you're like, yeah, right. Those same privacy policies that we're now hearing AI is actually monitoring and banning people for, those ones. And sure, not that you know of, but how do you know that people at the company aren't listening in and hearing shit? And how there's legitimately zero privacy on these platforms if you talk on them publicly, which is crazy. Even if you're privately, I should say, privately chat sessioning with your friends, which, yikes. If they're allowed to listen in, that means you can't even sue them. If there was like something that happened and then a Nintendo employee found out about it from your conversation, they'd be like, yep, we have it in our policy that we can listen into you, which, yikes. Nintendo has updated its privacy, and it includes a note that it may collect, monitor, and record audio and video of your chat sessions with other users to provide a safe and secure environment for certain of our services. Wait, that doesn't even make sense. Provide a safe and secure environment for certain of our services. They're missing a word here. For certain uses of our services, maybe. This news comes ahead of the Switch 2 launch, which includes game share feature and ability to communicate with friends. Nintendo previously confirmed that the functionality includes a report feature. According to Nintendo's privacy policy, recordings are stored on your device for 24 hours. Users are able to review the last 3 minutes of relevant recorded content. It's possible to report language behavior that may violate applicable laws. Note that nothing is sent to Nintendo automatically. Okay, that doesn't matter. Nothing's sent automatically. First off, one, yet. But secondly, that doesn't stop them from Big Brother listening in to random conversations and just monitoring things randomly. Also updated in the Nintendo account user agreement. Here's the rundown on that in case you're curious, which, wow, that looks pretty boring. Let's see if there's anything here. Existing requirement that account holders must be 18 years old or the age majority where they live and are responsible for all activity under their account. Section 1 definition updates the definition of Nintendo account services to include additional Nintendo products and services. Okay, great. Nintendo services license sold to you. Okay, yeah, who cares? Clarifies.
The point of the matter is that the Nintendo does not like us, y'all, and we have to be very careful. As you can see from the responses from Grok, which is basically Elon's version of ChatGPT, even ChatGPT is telling us to leave Nintendo the hell alone. Please do not buy a Nintendo Switch 2. Okay, I'm looking at it like thinking about selling my entire collection, Nintendo game collection, physical collection, and deleting my Nintendo account, which I spent thousands of dollars on in digital games. I have thousands of dollars. I have over 70 Nintendo Switch games sealed, and I have maybe somewhere probably between 70 and 100 digital games that I've purchased through Nintendo's digital store. And based on your new policies, for example, I'm actually worried that they could come after me and try to sue me based on just like the videos that I'm making on YouTube. They could come after me and try to sue me for criticizing them. And you might think that's far fetched. Not Nintendo. Nintendo is evil. Nintendo is evil, and they will do anything. They are guys. Look at what they're doing to Pal World right now. Look at what they're doing to Pal. There are so many companies that have made games literally that are exactly like Pokemon, and many of them are on the Nintendo Switch. Like there's a game called like Koromon, I think, and Nintendo allowed this game on the Nintendo Switch, and it's just like Pokemon. It's even in the name, but because some company made a game similar to Pokemon, but not exactly like it, that's just as successful or more successful, Nintendo's like, we have to shut that down right now. Like you can't even flying on monsters in a game. Oh, that's illegal now. And what they're really trying to do is they're trying to basically force them to settle and change the mechanics of the game and change the game in so many ways that it no longer resembles anything like Pokemon, anything like a monster catcher. This is what they're doing. This is how evil this company is. They have an entire council of lawyers dedicated to doing these things, known as the Nintendo Ninjas, y'all. This is a very, very evil company. Very, very evil company. And this is the fall of society because because it's like everything is taken away from us, and we're being told you will own nothing and be happy. Like America is it's a federal corporation. It's not a country, it's a federal corporation. It's not a democracy. It's not a republic. It is a federal corporation, just like Canada and just like so many others. But anyway, guys, let me know if you agree that this is the fall of society, and it's best that most people do not buy the Nintendo Switch 2, and please do not buy this thing for your kids. Please, please, please do not buy this for your kids. Do not give this thing to your children, okay? So that Nintendo can listen in on them and record their voices and conversations and like just not even just them, like everyone in the room. Please do not buy this thing. Please do buy a Steam Deck, buy a ROG Ally, buy a Legion Go S. Please, please, please do not buy this thing. Please, I'm not even, this is like not a do not, like, don't support them. Like, please do not put this thing in your home. Please do not give this thing to your family unless you're like a YouTuber or you have to like review the device. That's different. And I'm like really still like I'm like really thinking about like maybe I won't even pick it up, but we'll see because this is a part of my job. I run an entire gaming blog, but we'll see. But please do not buy it. Do not buy the Nintendo Switch 2, and please definitely do not give it to your kids. Don't give it to your do not give it to a significant other. Don't buy it if you don't need it. Do not buy it. Do something else. Get a gaming handheld. Get a Steam Deck. Move on. The games on Steam are much more affordable. It's you can get a Steam Deck for $400 brand new, and you're gonna have a better time. I'm telling you, the Switch is just not worth. Switch 2 is not worth it. Nintendo is just not worth it. This is a company that does not like its consumers, and it's like anti-human practices. Let me know if you agree with everything we've discussed. I hope I don't. What do I think is ultimately going to happen? Probably nothing, because Nintendo always gets away with it, because it's a manipulative company, and they're seasoned in manipulation and taking advantage of the consumer, and they pretty they go unchecked always. You know, even guys, they never learn. They never learn. But let me know your thoughts. We'll talk about it in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA. Man, walking away, and cheers.
Nothing says you care like crypto. Nothing can compare. Nothing says you care like crypto. Oh, nothing can compare to crypto.